Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. It's the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com. In the spirit of, doing the best that I can with what I got, I am going to tap into a collective tarot reading. Don't know who might need this video or how this video might resonate with you, but if you clicked it, chances are this message is for you. So I'm gonna do a couple sets of pulls and kind of deal with this. So the first card that I pulled was the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups is my ancestor card. Yesterday we was talking about prosperity and putting in effort towards the things that we want. Now we could use our might and our will and our energy, or we can use the fuel of our ancestors. Now, let's look at the Queen of Cups. Understand that Cups deals with emotions. So what I'm picking up is that the feelings that we have, negative or positive feelings, are the block. Because it's not about feelings or emotions. It's about connecting to your ancestors. Now, you would have to look real deep into this card to see the Queen of Cups, right? You can hardly see her. And this is the same way as our ancestors. You don't just see your ancestors easily. You don't see your spiritual stuff just on the surface. You gotta look real deep into it, right? And the deeper that you look into it, the more in tune you get with the ancestral plane. So another understanding is that when it comes to spiritual work, you too goddamn lazy. What I mean by lazy is that you're not looking deep enough, right? You're not looking deep enough. And because you're not looking deep enough, it's like the ancestors showed me a wall. I was driving all day today and doing stuff, and ancestors showed me a wall. They said people can see the wall, and they think that there ain't nothing behind the wall. So they'll see a wall and be like, shit, the shit is over with, ain't nothing to do. And they never think to go beyond the wall. So once again, the ancestors are also talking about starting over. Yesterday, I was talking about the fairy mounds in Ireland. If y'all tapped into my Beverly D inner podcast, which was dynamite, check that out. But I talked about the fairy mounds. Do you know that today they revealed the Tinkerbell character for Peter Pan, the new Disney movie? Guess what, y'all? She black, like all fairies are. A lot of y'all grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers have ascended to the fairy realm and the fairy kingdom. And you do yourself a disservice by not connecting to the fairy realm and the ancestral realm. If you like living your life, you on your path, you making your money, you doing the things that you need to do, but you haven't looked deep into the ancestral realm to perceive it, to understand it, then usually you on the path of crashing out, right? We talking about train derailment of train of thoughts. We talking about the great reset. We talking about major starting over energy. And also using the emotions not to feel good or bad, but use the emotions to power yourself through the ancestral realm. So it's turning down sneaky links. It's turning down side pussy. It's turning down plenty of fish dick. Don't that sound like fish sticks? That's how plentiful dick is on Tinder and plenty of fish. Turning it down, because all that does is create emotional attachments. I heard something very profound today as I do another reading about our genes and our biology. Our genes and our biology do not care about how we feel. Our genes and biology just want to have a fresh set of energy to live out through, to which you could be attracted to a young lady, you could be attracted to a young man, and it is your genetics trying to further itself. And you might think that if you follow your genetic programming, that you'll somehow be happy. But the reality is, if the human being that you decided to cohabitate with or copulate with or have sex with or form a bond with is refusing to be happy within the union, is literally nothing you can do. I mean, you could acquiesce to what they want, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be happy. So our genetics and our biology is going to fail us. So in reference to the spiritual path, relationships, relationship forming, in reference to developing a spiritual regimen, it's better to start over. Get a shuffle. All right. So it's doing a collective reading, okay? Ancestor spirit realm saying the direction that you're going, because you haven't tapped into the spiritual realm, you are going in the wrong direction. Now, that sentence makes sense. Put some ones in the chat. Let me know that y'all are live, tapping in with me on the late night tarot read for the collective. I thank y'all for joining me post live or live. So for this next set, we got some minor arcana energy. We have the Nine of Wands, the second deacon of Sagittarius, ruled by the sun and the moon, is Sagittarius. So this is strength, right? What is strength in the esoteric occult? Strength is when you have your lunar and solar energy united, when you have your actions and your feelings united. When you are in a position of defeat or weakness, the energy is much different. The energy, when you are in a position of weakness, you might be acting in a certain type of way for which you're not feeling it, or you're not acting in a way in which you are actually feeling. So the effort in showing up every day to something that you're not feeling, you would be perceived as like lacking strength or in a situation that represents defeat, right? And the energies that rule the Five of Swords are Aquarius and Venus. Now, why does Aquarius and Venus create a negative energy? Because Aquarius is an air sign, mental, and Venus is much more tuned in and tapped into the emotional and physical sides of life. So whenever you put a Venusian energy in a position where she has to be an Aquarian, even if she's successful, she doesn't find gratification from it because sometimes she just wants to not show up for y'all niggas. Sometimes she don't want to be the person that is like, mommy, pour me some milk. She don't want to always serve the collective. However, her ego or stereotyping says that if you don't do this type of shit, then you're not a good person. But then you got to really tap into some deeper realities of what is it that you truly want. Because that question is always going to come up. The negative emotions, the negative feelings is completely tied into how you feel about what you're experiencing. Why is that so important in 2023? Because we're at the precipice of a new age. So you can't say I'm doing this for the preparation of my future when the future is going to be a complete and different reality. The best thing to do is learn new languages or figure out what countries is more palatable with the way of life that you accustomed to live into. Figuring out a tribe or a collective, joining a militia, things of that nature. Let me calm down for they ban me. So let's recap these two cards because I know this set is not like a favorable set unless you're in a situation where you're acting and feeling for which, so if you want to go to the gym, right, and you go to the gym, you'll display strength, right? If you want to go to the gym and you don't go to the gym, you're not going to display strength. If you go to the gym and don't want to be at the gym, you're not going to be displaying strength. Strength is a feeling and an action put together. And that could be a major, major life hack to having a successful day, right? Or having a successful evening. Being around somebody that you want to be around and doing the thing that you want to do. Very important for your well-being. But human beings, we have been groomed and bred to work. So when you deal with the Nine of Wands or you deal with Sagittarius and his later deacons, before you get into the Capricorn status of being the best version of yourself, you have to deal with the worst version of yourself, which is somebody's slave, right? This energy is for the person who feels like if they're not showing up for their job will collapse. You have an unhealthy relationship. This is for the father or mother who feels like if they don't show up for their children 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then they have an unhealthy relationship with their children. Whatever you're doing that is consuming you so much so that you do not create boundaries, all that's going to create is the energy of defeat. Why is it going to create the energy of defeat? Because you're not going to feel your 10th house purpose. And when it comes to contributing to your family, you're not going to be able to. And even if it looks like you're contributing to your family, you're doing it as like a hostage. You're doing it as an unwilling participant. And the reality of life is that if this is the reality of life, this is going to sound kind of harsh, but I'm going to just tell you the reality. It's fucked up that moms and dads aren't in their children's life. It's fucked up, but it's not illegal. It's not against the law. It's not illegal for a parent to say, I need a week, right? It's not illegal for a mother to say, I need a break. It's not illegal. It's not against the law. Nobody is going to come and say, what, bitch? You need a break from your kids? How dare you? You need a break from your business? How dare you? You need a break from your job? How dare you? You know you're supposed to be doing this shit 24/7. So the idea of being something that you could never be creates a natural sense of defeat. And it's not something that we can actually avoid, because what you know about lessons is that Black people, Saturnians, spiritual beings having human experience, learn shit the hard way, right? That's the only way we can learn. So in reference to understanding the spiritual journey, you got to learn alchemy, which is turning your negative into positive. The problem with this new generation is that they feel like they should never experience negative. And when they experience a negative, they want to hide in a hole and act like they don't exist because nobody around them is experiencing negative. I'll be the first motherfucker to tell you that from time to time, a nigga like me be out here struggling. I don't make it a habit, but I do have bad days from time to time. So let's get into the ratchet portion of the reading. We have the Knight of Discs and we have the Five of Wands. This isn't for everybody, family. This is for the young lady who is in a relationship, or the young woman who is in a relationship with somebody that is so busy for everything and so focused on everything except them. And the only thing that makes it feel like it's a relationship is the title, is the obligation, is the contracts or the habits. But the reality of the relationship is that this is the thing about Knight of Discs. This is the thing about resourceful men. If they haven't evolved into the true sense of the Knight of Discs, right? The Knight of Discs is a resourceful man. It's the only nigga in the deck with money, right? Everybody else does not have money. The Knight of Discs is the only person to have money. So the Knight of Discs in this world in 2023 wasn't always like this, but in 2023, this is the only type of man that's getting real attention, real gravitation. Because we going through a recession, inflation. A lot of y'all got evicted from your apartments. A lot of y'all got evicted from your houses. And in the space of getting evicted from your houses, you was getting dicked down the whole entire time. So once you got evicted from your house after getting digged down, you started choosing men more carefully and choosing men specifically through the Knight of Discs. So choosing a man with money is not necessarily a smart thing. It's a survival thing. It's I'm going to try to learn my lesson thing, right? But it also, what you don't understand is that you didn't come up with this bright idea to like this man. You didn't come up with the idea to like this man. Everybody liked this man. So your ideas for relationships, and this is something that I was talking to my wife about, the idea of a patriarchal relationship, meaning that you have a union that is only purposeful for the man. So a husband and wife, it only serves the man, right? In this day and age, because the reason for a marriage and a wife was for a man to secure a virgin, and so that man could have sex every night. Because men really like sex. They really, really enjoy sex, right? Regardless of what you think or what you know or what you've been told, men really, really like sex. So what fucked it up is that no man is going to be able to marry a virgin no more. Because y'all not even being taught that that's even the thing that a man want. And men don't even care because they willing to have sex with you outside of marriage too. Now, does that mean that relationships should be over? I say no. I think relationships should be more matriarchal, meaning that a relationship should start between you and your girlfriends, you and your friends, and then you and your friends date men. Like, all right, the benefit of dealing with me is that I come with a girlfriend, right? I come with a sister wife, right? And the things that I don't do, she can do, right? And then y'all forming a community. But the difference is when the man is choosing the two women. When the man chooses two women, that's pimp shit. When the women choose the man, then that's matriarchal. And in this case, because men are like little puppies, little dogs, you got to think of it like bees, right? We was talking about bees a lot. The bees operate in a simple colony. There is one female, and then there is all male worker bees, right? So that's just a simple way of, having a successful relationship, curating a successful relationship, And also, instead of emasculating a man, you giving a man what he want, which is multiple and a variety of sexual options. This is what men want, right? And there is no special woman that says, oh no, I got the magic touch and I can remove that feeling. No. Now, we're talking about life, right? We're talking about real life. In real life, there is no emotions. There's only mental and financial. Real life ain't based on love. Real life ain't based on emotions. Real life ain't based on passion. That's really something that poor people do. The movers and shakers, they get the business done first, and then they exploit. I knew I was going to pull this card. I knew it. I don't know why I knew I was going to pull the lust card in reference to talking about all of these energies, right? And then on top of the lust card, we have another Leo card, the Six of Wands, right? So now there's a part of life where you grew up and you were told, Susie, if you get a job and you get money, everything is going to be all right. If you get a supervisor position, if you excel in this company, if you get this degree, everything is going to be all right. Some of y'all did well financially. Some of y'all did well with the career. Some of y'all travel all over the country, got a company car, got a good salary. But nobody told y'all from the base level that Kundalini is a part of the human journey or the spiritual journey or life's understanding, where you literally have to tame this energy and understand this energy, or it consumes you and it isolates you. And it's like it derails your train of thought. You become a monster. You become a robot. You become not what you are meant to be in this life when you forego your divine feminine energy and you looking at everybody around you like, I got a direct deposit. I got a direct deposit. I got my hair done. I buy shit. I pay my bills on time when I can. No, we talking about understanding psychic abilities. We're talking about understanding past lifetimes. We're talking about going beyond and above your personality. We talking about as a whole entire race, masculine and feminine, going outside and beyond the ego. You can't go outside and beyond the ego without addressing the lust energy. In 2023, it has allowed for divine feminine energies to fully explore this lust energy in private. But as you explore this lust energy, it's also destroying and disrupting the family nucleus. In reference to slowing down, let's begin. Let's start over because I want to explain something. This is a message from the universe. We got the Queen of Cups in reference to the feminine aspect of the ancestral plane, telling you that you need to start over. So the information that you are taught and you are learned was not correct. And you need to relearn and re-understand things from a spiritual perspective, from an ancestral perspective. And the most important part of this is stopping and slowing down. It's okay not to be the strong black woman. That says strength. It's kind of blurry, but it does say strength. It's okay not to be the strong one, right? It's okay to be vulnerable, because in reference to your vulnerability, you will find your divine masculine partner. We also have to understand that our lessons, we have to learn our lessons, and part of learning our lessons is defeat. The problem is we think that there is some magic wand that we have forgotten about ourselves, that everything in our lives should be perfect. And if it ain't perfect, we're suffering a major defeat. No, the real thing is, are you able to start over? That is the flex. Can I get starting over is the real flex in the chat. Can I get starting over is the real flex in the chat. Now, the type of niggas that create problems, we dealing with all of these knights. I bet you tomorrow we pull the Knight of Swords just to round off the knights at the round table or the mound table. Shout out to Beverly D and Eric. Starting over is the real flex. So boom. Most people ain't strong enough to start over. Motherfuckers want to, have the same shit going on. We in a fixer-upper. Me and my family in a fixer-upper. But I'm so happy and proud and just like, okay, this is our own little space that we can be free and creative. Cool. Starting over is the real flex. So when you deal with this lust energy, when you deal with this Kundalini energy, you're going to have to learn how to separate your spiritual from your personality. And in order to understand your spiritual from your personality, you got to be in the type of energy of starting over. And once again, once you start over, once you pause, for my divine feminines, this is a message for my divine feminines, and then I got a message for my divine masculine. Take your time when you liking a guy, because when he find out that your pimp is too intense, his man could die. So take your time in getting to know masculine energy. And if masculine energy gets impatient, then you feel like you done dodged a bullet. For my divine masculine, it's okay to grow. It's okay to learn. I guarantee you right now, it's something that you can learn that can make you a better man. You haven't reached the precipice of your masculinity because you done got your little wee-wee wet, or you got a little money in your bank account. We never reach the precipice. We are always developing and growing and understanding who we are as divine masculine. And this is the beauty of it, because you can understand the cycles and how to start over when choosing divine feminine women to be with. Make sure you choose somebody that wants to see you happy. that cares to see you happy, that's willing to put in the effort and energy to see a smile on your face. But you got to put in the work to make sure that you're willing to do that for yourself. And that's why it's very important to start over. Why am I saying this to the divine masculine? All right, divine feminines, close your ears because you're not going to like what I'm about to say. You've been putting too much energy and effort in trying to make her smile. And you've been putting little effort in learning the things that make you become the true divine masculine that you are meant to be. Starting over is the real flex. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. Please check the link in the description, my link tree. If you like this video, like it. If you feel like somebody could benefit from it, share it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I hope to do these more regularly, a little bit more in depth. I want to get some call-ins, but my Wi-Fi don't get installed until March 4th. So around that time, I'll be able to do some more in-depth reading. So divine masculine, do not guilt and shame yourself for make yourself happy. And your girl looking at you like, why you ain't making me happy like you been doing all the time? You know you're supposed to make me happy all the time. Every waking moment you should be spending making me happy, nigga. Don't feel guilty. Figure you out. It's very important. Starting over is the real flex. Peace.